Let me be your friend, and let me walk by you. I need someone to love, and I'm hoping that maybe you do too. Let me be your friend, I'll never let you down. When times are rough, you can count on me, I'll always be around. I just need some place of my own where I belong. And who knows, it just might be that you could use a friend like me. Open up your heart, and if you feel like I do, I can be your friend, you can be mine too. Let me be your friend, let me be your friend, let me be your friend, let me be your friend.
Hi, I'm Councilwoman Lynn Noack from the town of Smithtown, and I'm here today to advocate for the Smithtown Animal Shelter. Our shelter takes care of lost, stray, surrendered, and abandoned animals. The goal of our shelter is to reunite these animals with their loved ones and with their families. However, many of them need to be adopted and want a loving home. So I'm hoping if any of you are watching today, maybe you'll take the time to come to our shelter and see all of the beautiful cats and dogs that we have. My role as a liaison to the animal shelter is to make an already good shelter an even better shelter. My vision is to see the Smithtown Animal Shelter as the model shelter for all of Long Island. The most important thing that is being done right now at the animal shelter is that we are trying to have our animals adopted by loving families. So having said that, the first thing is that we're going to social media, we're going to our local newspapers, we're going to the public to spotlight our animals, to teach people and to show people who is in our shelter. Along the lines of making the animal shelter a model shelter, the town board has just budgeted for an animal shelter architect. The animal shelter architect has been chosen and is working with Director Beatty to make improvements. The town of Smithtown will be the first town in all of Long Island that has taken the steps to form an animal shelter advisory council. Myself, Director Beatty, and 3 very well-respected animal advocates will meet to brainstorm about innovations that we can bring to the shelter. These well-known advocates bring to the table a wealth of experience. As a member of the town board, when you hear testimony that there are issues, whether it be at the shelter or at an engineering department or anywhere in the town, it's incumbent upon us as elected officials to at least investigate. That is why I got involved with the animal shelter. I wanted to be a liaison to the animal shelter. I'm an animal lover. I'm a cat lover. I'm a dog lover. I think if we didn't listen to the public, we're not doing our due diligence. Now, there are issues that might be true, and there are issues that might be inflated. But the fact of the matter is, as an elected official, I can't sit back and say, I'm going to ignore any of this. And because of that, and because of being involved, and because of becoming the liaison to the animal shelter, I felt that this was the opportunity to put together that advisory council. If you or your family are interested in adopting a pet or think you might be interested, the first thing that I would suggest is that you go to the Town of Smithtown website. The Town of Smithtown website is located at smithtownny.gov. Click on Departments and go to the Animal Control and Adoption Center. Then click on Adoption Information, where you can see our current dogs and cats available for adoption at Pet Finder. This will give you a head start before you come into the actual shelter. However, I would suggest visiting the animal shelter in person, which is located at 410 East Main Street in Smithtown. Town residents and non-residents are welcome to visit the animal shelter and check out the adorable animals. This will give you the opportunity to see the dogs and cats in person, interact with them, ask our staff questions, and maybe fall in love with these animals. By visiting the animal shelter in person, you have the opportunity to see if one of these animals actually fits your lifestyle. I myself go to the shelter and I interact with the cats and dogs, and I find one of them may be following me around, and if that was to happen to you, you would know that this is the perfect cat or dog for you. There are benefits from adopting a pet from an animal shelter, and I think one of the most important benefits is that you're able to give love and care to two animals. You're able to love and care the one that you bring home to your family, and you're able to give a space for love and care for another animal that needs to go into a shelter. Another advantage of adopting from the shelter is that the animals have been under a veterinarian's care. Our staff has also tested these animals for their personalities so that we can help you find the perfect match for your home and your lifestyle. I myself was at the animal shelter a few weeks ago and found a little red cat in a cage. And the staff was able to tell me that this cat wanted a loving home, is very friendly, but cannot be with other cats. Our animals are also spayed or neutered and have up-to-date vaccinations and also microchipped. For those of you who are not familiar with a microchip is implanted painlessly into your animal. If your dog or cat disappears or winds up at an animal shelter or at a veterinarian, the veterinarian or animal shelter can then scan the chip, and that will enable them to access the information to reunite the animal with their owner. When you buy from a pet store or a breeder, those are all additional costs that must be taken into consideration. When you adopt from an animal shelter, you'll give a dog or cat a second chance at finding a home, and you will not add to the nation's pet overpopulation problem. The reality is that an estimated 3.7 million unwanted pets must be euthanized at an animal shelter every year, mainly because they could not find families to adopt them. If your family is ready to adopt a pet, the animal shelter is the best place to go. It gives you the opportunity to find a loving pet for your home and to enrich your life.
I decided to adopt a pet at the animal shelter versus buying a pet at a pet store because I wanted to give the animals a chance. Not to sound unfair to the animals at a store or a Petco or that kind of thing, but they're always going to have a chance to have a home. So I'm a big, firm believer in giving the animals who are on the street a place to live, and I'm a huge animal fanatic.
There are so many benefits to owning a pet. Animals are your friends for life. They offer companionship, they offer love, and you, in return, can give the same to them. They teach your children responsibilities. Animals have been known to lower blood pressure. Animals have been known to help sick people. Take into consideration your own home, days that you're not feeling well. Who's by your side? Your cat or dog? One of the other benefits to owning a dog is to take that dog out for a walk. Think of how much more fun it is to exercise with a dog than it is by yourself.
Oh, wow. Where's the camera for that?
What do I personally get out of owning a cat? Companionship, friendship. They are easy to deal with. They don't talk back to me. Whereas living with my husband or whatnot, you always have a response as a permanent best friend. So love, it fills my heart with joy.
If you adopt a dog, the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets requires that your dog is licensed at the age of 4 months. Licenses can be obtained by going to the office of the town clerk of the town of Smithtown at 99 West Main Street. The owner will fill out an application and must show proof of current rabies vaccination and a certificate or affidavit that the dog has been spayed or neutered, if applicable. There is an annual fee to license your dog. For a non-neutered dog, the fee is $15 a year. For a neutered or spayed dog, the fee is $7. Replacement tags are $4. Once your dog is licensed, license renewals will be sent to your house automatically. If you need more information about licensing your dog, call the town clerk's office at 631-360-7620. If you don't want to adopt a pet, but you do love animals and you want to help out, the shelter has a volunteer program. In order to volunteer, you need to be 16 years of age or older. The center is always seeking volunteers for dog walking, for cat cuddling, and particularly for socializing our animals. Volunteers are important for the overall success of our shelter, or for any animal shelter. It's a great way to give back to the community and help an animal in need. It's a wonderful way to bring your children to the shelter and to let them learn about kindness. Dog walkers are needed Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and on Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Cat cuddlers are needed Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 4 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9:30 to 3. Volunteers must fill out an application before being considered. You can visit smithtownny.gov to get more information on volunteering at the shelter. We also accept donations, whether it be toys or blankets or just love. The shelter benefits tremendously from the volunteers. Volunteers come to the shelter out of the goodness of their hearts because they have love, because they want to share, and because they want to take care of animals. Volunteers will sit on the floor and take the time to do what the staff can't do. The staff works very hard, but the staff has a job to do. The volunteers have love to give.
I think it would be important for the citizens of Smithtown to get involved with their community animal shelter because we're a community. Rather than go somewhere else, I mean, why not give back to the town that you live in? I'm a big fanatic and a huge believer on helping homeless animals. So if you find a cat on the street, why not bring it into the shelter so a family could have a chance at adopting that? They could become part of their family.
If you're feeding a feral cat or cats in your neighborhood, first let me say thank you for doing that for the animals. The Smithtown Animal Shelter has a program called Trap, Neuter, and Release. The animal shelter will provide you with a trap and will pick up the animal and take it to be altered. The cost of neutering is very minimal. For a dog or a cat to be spayed is $45. If you choose to have the cat or dog spayed and vaccinated for rabies, that cost would then be $60. I would encourage rabies and neutering. The Smithtown Animal Shelter is doing its best to help homeless animals. I urge your support in that endeavor. Our mission is 100% adoption. On behalf of the Smithtown Town Council, I thank you for watching today.
Let me be your friend. Let me walk by you. I need someone to love, and I'm hoping that maybe you do too. Let me be your friend. I'll never let you down. When times are rough, you can count on me. I'll always be around. Let me be your friend. Let me be your friend. Let me be your friend. Let me be your friend.